Yeah, man.
We back at it.
We back at it. You already know
Like
what
like
time
we
it is,
never
man.
left.
We ain't never
Mm-hmm.
left. We ain't never
Mm-hmm.
left. It's another Saturday. And we right here. We right here, man. It's your boy Rome Jones, man. One half of the world famous It's an Experience IAX. And you know I got my brother. You know I got my brother with me, DJ Biggs. What's up, brother?
How you doing, brother? We good? We good? Let's get to it.
Hey man, we can't get to it yet because we gotta shout out our big cuz that's hanging with us as well. You know we got the world famous with us, representing, moving, making big I-95 I-85 moves right now. All right, you know who she is, Charlie Rae.
It's your
Mm-hmm.
favorite big cuz. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, man. And this is your favorite cleanup crew. It is the Saturday morning cleanup. Yeah. And as you all can see here, we live.
We
We live.
Mm-hmm.
live.
We
All the way
lit, man.
live.
All the way live here on this Saturday morning. And we got lots and lots to talk about this week, man. You know, we're all about relationships up here. Okay. And some of the things that we wanted to talk about this week pertains to a couple of relationships. All right. So we're going to shout out two separate couples here and some of the things that they have going on in the world right now. And first and foremost, man, shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shout out to Colorado football, all that good stuff. But our
Shout
boy
out to
Travis
Prime
Hunter.
too. Yeah, yeah,
And shout out to Prime. Yeah, shout out to
yeah. Shout
Prime
out
as
to Prime.
well. But y'all, Travis Hunter just got married over the past week here, and a lot has came up about this. I mean, for anyone who doesn't know who Travis Hunter is, a Heisman Trophy winner, outstanding football player, one of a kind football player in what he does. He basically plays the entire game, which is insane. But that's beside the point because what has overshadowed his athletic traits and his successes is his other half. All right.
Mm.
The young lady, I believe her name is Lene. You know what? I don't know why I even attempted to do that because I know I'm gonna chop the girl name up. But I do think that this is a good opportunity for us to be able to kind of give our 2 cents around this because they've gone through a lot. She's come off as a gold digger to a lot of people in the public eye. She pretty much got caught cheating on multiple occasions. So and stuff is documented as well. You know what I mean? So she early on said that she wasn't physically attracted to him, things of that sort. But throughout it all, they're here and they're married and they're in the club, y'all. So first of
Mm.
all, let's give it up for them, man. Come on, man. They joined the club, man. Regardless of how we might feel, they in the club, man. Rings unite, man. Rings unite. All right. So, but what's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts? I'm gonna kick it over to you, Charlie. Ladies first.
He love her and he gonna stick beside her.
That's the only thing. That's
That's
all.
wild. That is wild to me. But then again, everybody has their limits of what they will and will not tolerate. He has the patience of Job, so it couldn't be
Yo,
me. Couldn't be
Mm-hmm.
me. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nah.
what about you, Biggs? Would it be you, sir?
I mean, look, she started it off talking about she wasn't physically attracted to him. So I'm just like, how does that change? Just like that. You know what I mean? Like I understand. Now somebody's personality can be kind of like can make somebody like really. Oh, this is a dope personality. This is a dope actual person. But I'm just kind of like
That
taking the fact.
that smile didn't change. He still
Right.
got
That's
that. He
yeah.
still
That's
got
it.
that
Man, look,
smile. He still got
Exactly
that
that.
smile.
Right. So that smile,
Charlie.
you got to, you know what I mean? Like for her to say that publicly is just kind of crazy to me. And then, like you said, it's kind of documented that she's been, not as I guess faithful to him
Mhm.
as one would like. But hey man, if he likes it, I love it for the brother. You know what I mean? So I just hope he, wakes up one day and smells, the real flowers. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we'll see though. I mean, he's young, so
Yeah.
All right, let me get my 2 cent, man. All right, so look, I'm gonna get my 2 cent real quick. Um, and it might be a little unpopular
right.
based off of what everybody's saying. Um, I'm gonna give him praise and I'm gonna give him some grace here. And the reason why is because this man has stood on business when it came to his wife.
Right.
This entire time. He went on the pivot. And any platform that he was on and this came up, he said, "This is my woman. I'm gonna get drafted and we gonna get married."
He did say that though.
And that's what he did.
I gotta give him that.
I mean, this is amongst all the noise. I
Mhm.
mean, he put the blinders on through the draft process. Even with all of that going on, he held his stance for his woman.
Yeah.
And we all can attest to that. We
Right.
all can attest to that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlie, I know from some things that you've shared with us over time, you know, sometimes you gotta fight. You gotta
Yeah.
fight for your woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And hey, man, I'm giving him praise, man. Like he
Yeah.
stood on that amongst it all, like even seeing it. And
I think
you
I
know,
think the biggest thing here is this is not anything that's uncommon. Like the situation is not uncommon. It's just not publicized. So the fact that it's in the public eye, I think that's where all, everybody, if it's online, people will feel like, like us, we putting our 2 cents on it,
Yeah,
So I think that's the biggest thing because this is not, it's not uncommon. It's not
Right.
uncommon where a man may cheat or a woman may cheat or whatever. They've had their differences or conflicts and then they end up getting married. So yeah, I mean, now would it, again, if it was me in this stage of my life, absolutely not.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I think that's it's
No.
really all really on that person, like that individual. It's a
Yeah.
case by case basis. You know, I can't like you said, nobody's perfect. We all have flesh, right? So
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It's really what that person is willing to kind of tolerate. You know, at the end of the day, like I
Yeah.
said, I can't sit here and judge my man for choosing to kind of stay with or stick by his woman, like you said, Rome. I think that's really a testament to his character. Right? Yo, if you loyal to me, as to well, he believes she's loyal, right? I'm not gonna say she's been. I don't know because I don't really personally know them.
It's
You know what I
another
mean?
episode.
Right. That's a whole nother episode. But from his vantage point, she's been loyal, so he rewards people that have been loyal to him. You know what I mean? So that's a dope dope thing to kind of see as someone as young as him. You know what I mean? So I again I salute him. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? That's definitely something that we can all take from. So
no, we
Yeah.
can. And that brings up another question because something else that people have been judging this young man or this young couple on so far is the thought of having a prenup. And
right.
Everything we just said about the situation, there is no prenup in place right now.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of like I see
Yeah.
your face there. Like, look, especially when you're coming into those millions, man. And
Yeah.
she's inherited it all at this point. If
Yeah.
shout out to the city girls, they up the score.
Yeah.
They done up the score on this one. But what is your thoughts though about even bringing up a prenup? Right now, and I'm really interested in hearing you all's take on this because I've been married for going on 10 years now. My wife and I, we pretty much we ate tuna together. We was in the trenches together. So a prenup was never in the cards for us. Now, I don't know if it's the same for you all. I know that you all were recently married as established adults and so forth, and having a lot of things already in place. So, what are y'all thoughts around it? I'll kick it over to you, D.
So yeah, man, we didn't have nothing. Like I said, when I met my wife, it was like you said, kind of the tuna situation. She was in the trenches with me. So she tell me all the time, like, she watched those housewives shows and, the women's get divorced and they get half, right? We just had this conversation last week. Yeah. Last night she was telling me about someone that kind of just got half of that. And it was really an amicable situation. There was no really beef, but I say all that to say, like, we don't have a prenup in place. And I don't think even if I did, if I was in a position where I was running into some M's, I'd have the conversation. But it's really on the way that individual comes into your life, right? If they've kind of been there with you from like the ground zero, it's like, why? You know what I mean? Like I that they helped built it with you. Like they built this shit brick by brick with you. You know what I mean? So I feel like they are entitled to, like, that's just my opinion, you know.
Mhm.
But someone that's kind of like just jumping into the picture, you know, a couple of years in, it's like, bro, you wasn't shooting with me in the gym like that, you know. So that's my thoughts, man. You know what I
No, for
mean?
sure.
It's got to be some sweat equity, you know what I mean? Like it's got to be something, you know. So
Hey, and shout out to the engagement as well, man. I do see that we got a couple of folks here in the live chat with us as well. Looks like Portnoy Carey is on the team
yep.
prenup.
Shout
Team
out to
prenup.
Cuz, man. Shout out to Cuz, man. I appreciate you for hopping on, man.
Yes, yes. And shout out to India J on here as well. Coming over to you, Charlie. I mean, you're actually the newest to the married to the ring, excuse me, to the Rings Unite club here, whatever you want to call it. So talk to me about you all's process and how you all.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. No, it was no prenup. I think that depending on what you are coming into it with, if you're trying to safeguard assets, things like that, I can see where that's, more so trying to take care of business. Because you don't want your relationship, if it goes south or your marriage goes south, that, now they taking everything from you. So I could see a prenup in that regard, but nah, no prenups around here. I just,
Mhm. Now,
Yeah.
so to kind of piggyback on the second half of this, like when you think of red, like a red flag, right? If you feel like you have to consider a prenup,
Right.
do you think that's a red flag?
no.
No, I don't think, because again, I don't think it's a red flag. I think it's just a conversation, right? We're grown adults. You know, it's just like you have to have a difficult conversation with your partner about finances now, right?
Mhm.
Like I feel like it's the same thing. You know, it's just a different aspect of the financial conversation that you need to have. But I don't think it's a red flag. I think you're doing the smart thing by raising the question. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
I'm gonna be honest with you. Most people don't have nothing. No way. So why we even
hey,
why
look,
we
man,
even
people,
talking? Why we talking
right?
about it?
People don't be having two
It's just,
nickels to
I'm
rub
sorry.
together,
Yeah.
A
right?
lot
So
of
you
Talking
niggas
about
broke
a,
out
you
here.
want this plant stand?
yeah,
Because that's
exactly.
I got a table, a couple chairs.
Nah, I'm with hey, look, and I'm with you though, Charlie. And I got another question that's gonna piggyback perfectly into this, and then we'll get into aspect cuz. But I'm thinking when you're established and you like you said you have some assets already, okay? Like
Right.
I have another couple friends, a group of couple friends where they got married. You know, one of the halves they had a couple of properties, right? They
Hmm.
wanted those protected because those were inherited
Right.
down the line. There are certain variables to this that make it not as much of a red flag.
Hmm.
However, I just think that if there's some assets, um, some some pre, I guess,
Marital
occupied
assets.
assets at this
Right.
point,
Right.
I think you should consider it. And it's not necessarily a red flag. Now, on the flip side of this, okay, our other couple friends, famous couple friends, Offset and Cardi B. Mm.
Ooh. Lord
On this
Jesus.
side, on the flip side of this, they are
Didn't I
going
tell?
through.
Mm.
See,
He
and
want
I'm gonna
that.
kick
He
it
want
over to
that.
you. I'm
He
gonna kick
want
it to
that
you,
Cardi
Biggs, first, because I know
cash.
you got thoughts, sir.
My man.
But when it comes to spousal support, okay, Offset is asking Cardi B. We know Offset, okay? He's the third, one of the third members on one of the greatest hip hop groups of all time. You got a couple of, you should have some bread, at least. I'm gonna
Right.
say you should have some bread. A couple of M's sitting somewhere. Why he's asking for spousal support, we're not quite sure. I'm not going to get into that. Go find your latest tabloid for that. Thoughts on spousal support? I'm coming to you, Biggs.
So look, my boy, what are you doing? Like, I I don't understand, brother. You had a good woman, right? That was a good woman. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you asking for spousal support after you done did wrong. You know what I mean? Like, make it make sense. I don't really understand the part where he's asking for spousal support after he has publicly been, in the media, saying, or doing things, or caught doing things, or caught out here cheating. It's like, bro, what we doing here? How you gonna spin the block and ask for some support? Like, you should have been doing right the whole time. She would have supported you, no problem. You know what I mean? I don't understand it, and it's crazy for him to kind of like portray this image like, oh, I got all this blah blah blah, then ask for a sprout. Like, yo, just keep it, just keep it 1,000. Like, if you don't got it, you don't got it. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be out here acting like that. Then, you know what I mean? You portraying a whole different lifestyle that's not really your life, man. Just be you, man. So I really think he really a sucker for asking for spousal support.
A little clowny, right?
Yeah, just a little clown. Like, and Cardi B, she don't bother nobody, man. She just do, she take care of kids, and she try to stay out the limelight. And this guy's pushed her to the edge every time, and it's just like let her be, leave her in peace, man. Don't try to string her. But I don't know, man. These celebrities, man. I don't know them personally, so I don't really know. All I can see is what I see, out here in the media and what's reported. But I feel like he's a clown for this. That's just clown activity. I would never ask my wife for spousal support if we was to break up. You know what I mean?
You the problem.
After I know I done did some wrong in the situation.
And like, the world knows.
And the world knows. How can I even come to terms with I wouldn't even be able to sleep at night. Like, I done did this, and then I'm gonna go, man, maybe she'll give me 10 grand a month or 20 grand a month. What? Ain't you a grown man? Like, come on, figure it out.
On tour. What about you, Charlie?
Listen here.
Listen here.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that he's asking for it as a tactic. I think this is something different. I think this is a tactical move. But again, I don't really know. He could be broke, but I do feel that if you are married and one of you has provided a certain lifestyle and you're the one that's asking for the divorce, like, you should give spousal support to kind of help. Because basically you just deciding to snatch that lifestyle away. Like, no.
Right.
In the words of Denzel, I'm leaving up out of here with something. I'm leaving with something.
We getting some comments from the people and the viewers, and they're saying it's three sides to the story,
and that's true.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true. That she, now I will say, like they say, she was out here cheating back and doing whatever she was doing, but it don't matter. You know what I mean? Like,
initiated, right?
If you initiating it ain't right. There's nobody's right at that point. You know what I mean? Whoever, if you initiating that trust, the trust is no longer there. So who broke the trust? You know what I mean? And then it's like, I'm reacting off of you. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I feel like this is a crazy situation. Again, like I said, we don't know these people from Adam and Eve. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we speaking from, like, our personal thoughts on it, but I appreciate the commentary.
Not for sure, yeah, and we appreciate all of the commentary. Definitely keep it coming here as we continue. I'll go ahead and wrap us up on the thought of spousal support. I mean, like I said, in this particular case, it's a little clowny. Mm-hmm. It's needed in certain cases as well, though. I mean, if you were basically leaning on this woman to eat, and you were taking care of the household, and you were doing everything that you were supposed to do to make sure she was successful, by all means, go for it. But bro, you were on tour too. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? You was on tour.
World tour too.
World tour. A couple of them. But shout out to everyone that has the commentary coming in. Please keep it coming here. But we are going to go ahead and transition, and we're going to kick it over to our favorite big cuz. Charlie Rae.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It's our favorite segment here, Ask Big Cuz, and we have an anonymous question that we will be posting today. So, in lieu of the conversations that we have been having around spousal support, around prenups, around people marrying people that have cheated on them, so we all know social media, their thoughts. People have their thoughts that they want to share, but the question here is, how do you handle the outside noise when you are contemplating marriage? Okay, so how do you handle the outside noise when contemplating marriage? So I will give my thoughts on that. I think you really have to not care what other people think. I think that's the biggest thing. And you have to do what is going to make you happy, that's going to make you feel fulfilled, and not necessarily leaning on what other people have to say about your situation. So I think with the whole Travis Hunter situation, that aligns with this question. And yeah, he stood on business. So stand on business. Stand on business. So I'm gonna ask you guys, Jerome, how you handle that outside noise when you're contemplating marriage?
I think you got to have thick skin, obviously. But you gotta know your woman. You gotta know your woman, and if you gotta trust your heart too. Like I'm big on the physical aspects of things, where like if you get that gut feeling on certain things, we all know what that feeling feels like. And if you have that feeling for your person, and you know that this person is for you, and you want to go through the battle, then that's usually a good indicator that they are worth that battle. And I do love the comment that we got in here about love and war, because it definitely is. It definitely is sometimes when it comes to contemplating marriage
Mm-hmm.
and handling all of that outside noise that can get too loud sometimes. So that's just my quick thoughts on it, my quick 2 cent. What about you, D?
Yeah, I was I think I saw a quote, or when somebody had asked Ice Cube like how he's kind of handled his marriage for so long, and it was just a quick answer, like, it was a choice. So it's a choice to kind of make that decision on whether you want to stay with that person, or whether you want to contemplate, or whether you want to be married, or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Stand on that, like Travis Hunter is doing. Stand on that decision, make that decision, and stick to it. Like, really commit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
don't listen to everybody's going to have an opinion. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to have, a thought, a comment. It's just the world we live in right now. Like,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
even us right now, we providing a comment or our opinion, right? But he don't have to listen to us. You know what I mean? He could just keep doing what he doing. I'm being honest, like,
And he did.
and
And
he's
he
doing,
did.
Right.
and he's
Exactly.
doing
He
that.
did.
Mhm.
So the noise is the noise is always going to be there. Trusting God, and trusting in your belief in whatever you believe in, and really, be convicted in that. So that's just my that's the way I try to handle it. Is just,
Mhm.
trusting. And then, why are you listening to people that ain't been where you at? You know what I mean? You can't.
Facts, bro.
That
Big
that's like
facts right there.
that's like
Yeah.
Big
you
facts.
They
asking
wasn't in the
for.
gym. They
They
wasn't in the
wasn't.
gym shooting with you. They
Right.
wasn't shooting with you.
So that is crazy to me. Is like, people always ask for thoughts on it, but you getting bad advice for people that ain't never been where you going or been at. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's crazy, but that's
Very
my
well
answer.
said, y'all. Very, very, very well
Yes.
said here. Because I think this was a great question to get, thinking about here, when we start thinking about these questions, and you getting those sent in over here to us as a viewer. We want to hear about it. We want to discuss it. We want to help as much as possible. So I'll kick it back to you, Charlie. I guess any final words, anything you want to leave with the folks?
Nah, well, if y'all do send your questions in, if you would like to get a shout out, we definitely will shout you out on the episode. And you can also stay anonymous if you would like. So please feel free to reach out to us on all social media platforms under the Saturday Morning Cleanup Crew. And you can also send an email at Saturday Morning Cleanup Crew at gmail.com. I got it right. JB.
Look, you on your big one with the email, girl.
So y'all be sure to send it in, and also too on social media, use that hashtag #BigCuz, and we'll get your questions, your situations, your scenarios. We want it all.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. We want it all. We want it all as well, man. And we want to hear from you. Make sure you hit us up. And we're going to kick it over to our very favorite segment here before we wrap up here, which is this Saturday morning mix.
Hey.
And folks, with the thought of Travis Hunter and everything that we've discussed here today, today's mix is going to be about songs that describe you being sprung. I'll put it like that. Sprung songs. You know what I mean? When you know that you off on that person, when you just, y'all know what I'm getting at. All right. I don't have to explain this. Okay. Sprung mix. Let's go 1-1-1-1 for one. And I'm gonna go ahead and get us kicked off here, folks. And the first song, man, that I'm gonna go with Lucid Dreams. I'm gonna do something recent here. I'm gonna go Lucid Dreams from Leon Thomas and Masego. I hope I'm saying, how y'all say his name? Is it Masego?
Masego? I don't know. Shout out to him though. Shout out to him.
That brother, man. That's my first one though. What about you, Char?
Oh, so I'm interpreting this a little bit different. So I'm going first one, 50 Cent, Baby by Me.
I'm a baby by me. Yes. I like that one. What about you?
I'm gonna go. I went Throw It in the Bag, Fabulous, because that's what he doing. It's just telling to throw everything in the bag. You know what I mean? At this point, just throw the G-Wagon.
The remix, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got to get that right. Yeah, the remix. Yes, sir.
Dang, you know what? And that just, dang, you know what? I'm actually gonna hit an audible. I'm gonna hit an audible for my mix here. I have my three already set up here, but I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go with Dream, Fancy. I'm going fancy.
Yeah.
I'm going fancy.
I was thinking that. See, I was thinking that one, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna just go throw in the back because that's how he moving right now. Where
yeah, but he moving like she's like she be y'all know that song, okay? And plus I want to see it in the mix. All right, so that's my pick. What's your second one, Char?
Dang, I'm gonna go Chris Brown, City Girls.
Great one. Shout out to Thug, by the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna go I'm Sprung. I mean, that's just what it is. Enough said.
No, she got me. All right. Well, the last one I'm gonna go with, man. I'm gonna go Pulling Me Back. Chingy, Tyrese. Because even if he's trying to, pull himself away from her, I'm sure she's been doing some things to kind of pull him back. So I'm gonna go that for my last one.
My last one, I'm gonna have to switch it up. I'm gonna have to. So sorry. So I'm actually gonna go T-Pain. I'm in love.
Okay.
I'm in love with a stripper.
Okay. So I think. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like she was acting like one in some of these videos.
Yeah,
it's coming out. Sorry, I'll leave that alone. Last one, what you got?
I went Drake. Y'all gonna kill me. I know Rome, you gonna kill me because me and Drake really ain't like that. But I went Not You Too with Drake and Chris Brown.
I'm glad that we're recording this. I'm glad that this is being recorded.
Y'all got me live picking a Drake song.
Live too. Picking a Drake song.
Do you know what it is? Because he be in his feelings. And this was Travis Hunter being in his feelings. That was for him. So
true. Very true.
We got an addition right here.
Okay, Love and War
comments. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a little Tamar in there.
Tamar, okay. We
Shout
see you. Shout out to the commentary. They giving us love.
Yes, man. And we appreciate it, man. We appreciate the commentary. We appreciate you all tuning in with us here. Remember, you can find all of our playlists on Title. Just search IAX, and you'll find all of our SMC mixes on here. We also have the mix posted up here just a little bit later in the morning here, where you can hear it all mashed up and vibe out and grab that broom, get that laundry clean, get all of that to-do list taken care of this Saturday morning. And we're glad to be able to rock out with y'all, have y'all rock out with us here for yet another fantastic episode. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I think this is a great way to go ahead and take us home. For Rome Jones, DJ Biggs, because Charlie Rae, this has been the Saturday morning cleanup.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
again for tuning in. We'll see you next
Yep.
time.
Nah.
Dang, we can't end the stream yet. I don't know why I can't end the stream.